Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in a mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier out here at ROC City Ninja in Rochester, New York. We have had some amazing competitions over the course of this weekend. We are now at the Teens Division, the 5th out of 6. All of this is helped out by our course designers, Danny and Bobby, out of ROC City Ninja, and we are excited to see what they have up in store for us in the Teen Division right now. My name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside Jamie Dayhuff out here in the commentary booth. Jamie, it has been quite the ride out here for the past couple of divisions throughout today and yesterday. What do you think we can have in store for the teens right now?
I think the course is going to be a lot more difficult than anything we've seen before, and that's saying something considering the fact that we've seen barely any buzzers be hit this weekend. It's been honestly the anomaly out of every weekend. Like, we have not seen a lot of course completions, neither placement or challenge course.
Yeah, both of the courses throughout the course of this weekend have been quite difficult throughout all of the divisions. We're at the teen division currently, meaning that we only have one more division left today, and that is going to be the elites at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'm excited for that. But now we're going to be heading into the teen division today. In the lineup, we've got a lot of athletes from many different places. And speaking of different places, we have had so many competitions lined up for you guys. We're at the ROC City Ninja qualifier right now. And next week on the 23rd and 24th, we head to Massachusetts for the Ascend Obstacle Training qualifier. That is going to be a fun one to watch. Then in September, 4 more competitions: Jump Twist Ninja in Florida, Arc Ninja in Longmont, Colorado. Then we head international with Warrior Adventure Leon in Villeurbanne, France, the week after Arc, as well as Fit Set Ninja in Edmonton, Canada in the last week of September. October has 3 competitions: Ninja U in Akeni, Iowa, Life Force Ninja, our finalist location from last year, in Bellingham, Washington, as well as Dexterity Depot for the last American qualifier in Pennsylvania, which is going to be a very fun time, all 3 of those. And then in November, we have one more qualifier, that being the True Function Ninja Training Ground qualifier in Swindon, UK, which is going to be great to end things out. And then 3 weeks after that, we head over to the finale, the Premier Series Final Season 3 at Motus Ninjas in Lee Summit, Missouri, where all of the best ninjas from each division will be pursuing their finals dreams and be running a course based off of Donovan Matoya. It is going to be quite the ride. And whilst we're here, let's take a little look at how all of our athletes have gotten here, right now. We have taken the top 25% of athletes from all over the World Championships, taking into account their seasonal rankings as well as their results from the World Championships, and all of those guys have gotten an invitation automatically to Premier Series. We have also gotten a bunch of athletes that have not competed in Premier Series that are going to be getting invites from multiple international countries, such as the UK and France and Canada, as well as Australia, which we had earlier on in the season. We have 2 courses that we're going to be running today, the placement course and the challenge course. The placement course, if you fall or you run out of time, your run is over. And for the challenge course, every athlete gets 2 retries within the course, and you can retry 1 obstacle at a time. If you fall on it, you only have 2 retries though, meaning you can only retry 2 obstacles. If you fail on 3 different ones, your run is over by that standard. Now, what all of that will equate to is their entire formats as well. The placement course's purpose is to seed the run order for the challenge course based off of your results. So if you get first on the placement course, you'll be running last on challenge, and the challenger courses Okay, we're back. And the challenge course's purpose is to determine the top 4 athletes that are going to be coming into the Premier Series finals in the 3rd season on November 22nd and 23rd at Motus Ninjas. It's going to be quite the fun ride when we get over to that spot in November. I'm very excited. We saw their qualifier last week. It was incredible stuff, a very difficult course, and I'm excited to see what he's got cooking up for finals. But rooting it back over into the present time, we're at ROC City Ninja in New York, and we have got 19 athletes out here that are going to be competing in the Premier Series qualifier out here. We have got 16 females and 13 teen males, which means there is going to be competition on each side of the division. And I'm excited to see who in the grand scheme is going to be able to make it through. Or 17
for
females.
a lot of these
Sorry,
for a
even.
lot of these
There we go.
competitors, like it's going to be really competitive to see who's going to get those top 4 spots.
Indeed so, especially considering the fact that in this qualifier of all of them, we also have a couple of Canadians that have crossed the border to compete in this competition, particularly the people on the east side of Canada who want to give this qualifier a go. It's going to be quite the ride to see who out of all of these guys is going to be able to qualify for Premier Series finals. This, as we said earlier, this placement course and challenge course has been quite the difficult one for our younger divisions and the amateur division from earlier today. And I'm excited to see if any of these 20 amazing athletes in the teen division are going to be able to break through on each of the courses. We've had a fair amount of challenge course clears as well, but are we yet to see a placement course buzzer?
As of today, no. We had about 11 or so competitors attempt the placement course earlier, the amateur division, and not a single one was able to clear. We got a few competitors get to the last obstacle. We had one competitor go to the dismount and then do a flip off of it. Unfortunately, could not clear the course, but, went out in style. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. I'm thinking, because we've seen over the course of this weekend, the placement course be very demanding. You have to take a very efficient approach to basically every obstacle that you see. That goes for placement and challenge too. But when we're talking about placement, we have really got to hone in that efficiency and also linking a bunch of stuff too. We are going to be having a look at our demo right here, right now. We've got 7 obstacles on our placement course right here. The first of which is going to be Balance Avenue. One thing that I really, really want to see out of these teens and elites later is a fast start out of balance, because that can determine your pace pretty quickly if you are wanting to get a top time in the placement course. We also have Cannonball Alley, which these guys are now going to have to reach out to. I want to say the time is around 1:30. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
I believe so. It's either that or 1:15.
Right, it's around that area. We then go into the winding country roads out here where we can utilize these trapezes and steps to kind of do a zigzag movement in between this frame and the red steps here. Got to not link, but go through to that dismount, and then you make your way over to the Lachey Lane. We just got on word that 1:30 is the time limit. You have to go straight from that ending trapeze in the winding country road straight to Lachey Lane, and then into the ROC City Turnpike. This has a revolving door, which is something we saw in the World Championships just a couple of months ago. Then you got to go through a couple of steps and turn around on that truss, and then we head to the harbor. This has been the obstacle that has made a lot of our competitors fail over the last couple of divisions out here, particularly, honestly, the entire weekend, to be fair, because at this point, you've got to take rings, skyhook move them across the entire lane, and you can't really link them because they're on straps. It's possible, but it's definitely not optimal. So you got to get to this point in the course with a lot of time. And then the Sombrero Street to end it off, a couple of donut and little rimmed hole holds right there, and then that'll end off your placement course run at the end of the course. 1:30, a very tight time limit, especially with a couple of course modifications to fit the teens difficulty scale, but I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, me too. A lot of this course is just so incredibly difficult, but also at the same time, there are so many opportunities for competitors to skip a lot of things. In the amateur division, on the third obstacle, specifically on the winding country roads, we saw one competitor actually skip one of those red triangles within itself, and that actually allowed them to be the last person to run the challenge course. So small movements like that ultimately can have a major effect on how you're going to be able to do. And overall, I'm just really excited to see what all these team competitors can do. They have been competing for so long. They have put in so much work. This is a Premier Series. These are the best of the best competitors that we have to offer. So, like, this is like Battle of the Championships. Like, if you think of like reality TV and have like all-star seasons, this is like an all-star season essentially. these are all people who have the ability to win, make that top 25%, have the ability to just do amazing things. And starting us off, it's going to be Kennedy Satch getting ready on the starting line, it looks like.
Yes, here we go. To start out the teen division, we have the first of our 17 females on this course today. Starting out with Kennedy right here, and she is off and ready to go. A minute 30 on the clock coming into this placement course, representing Maximum Effort Training Studio. Her 5th year doing ninja, so got that experience and been competing throughout a large majority of her childhood, and she's putting it to practice right now.
Yeah, she's doing so good so far, moving very quickly. And I liked what she did there before heading into that trapeze. She was able to get her momentum starting to move side to side, so that way it would be easier to get herself into those succeeding triangles. Got one more left, and got onto these laches. Now, depending on how she executes it, she could either spend a long time here, or honestly, barely any time. And she's going very quickly so far. Decides to grab onto each of those lache bars, but still very efficient. And now this obstacle right here, this has been a problem for so many competitors. This door right here does not lock. So you need to make sure that you get a big jump out onto these triangles where you are not allowed to use your hands. So making sure that you have a good placement for those legs, that's so important. 25 seconds heading into the harbor.
I also like that chalk strategy, just moving, just keeping on running and then essentially high-fiving her coach to get a bit more chalk on her hands and chalking up ready to go. Ooh, nearly had it there. She inserted the rings into the hooks, but just lost the grip on impact. Unfortunate there for Kennedy Satch. That's going to put her on the board to set the foundation for the rest of the teens.
Yeah, that was a great run to start off. Almost was able to clear the course, but, you know, with the time ticking down, unfortunately could not bring it in. And now we're going to be going on to our next competitor on the course. Hopefully can build up from what Kennedy just set out for us. It's going to be Kinley Jenkins out of the Warrior Factory in Syracuse.
You can see now that Kinley is also representing her former Premier Series prowess. She qualified at Stanford last year and made it over to finals, hoping to make her way into these next finals at Motus out here. And the road starts on this placement course at ROC City Ninja for her qualifier, and she's coming into this Cannonball Alley, skipping that penultimate one. That's an all right time save.
But now just gotta rotate herself around, this little support, and able to get over. Got a minute 5 left. Doing pretty good on time management. Want to spend like 12 seconds or so in every obstacle if you want to give equal attention to every single one. And now stepping up to those laches. Gonna have a few of these in front of her, but it looks like she's gonna just kind of stagger it.
Yeah, we can see her going through very flowy as well. Kinley also started competing in adult NSC this year and also came 9th place overall at the Gravity Forge, which is great to see. And you can see that she's using that that professional experience she has, but unfortunately she's getting a bit she's getting a bit wound up on this ROC City Turnpike. She gets the door jump, but with only 20 seconds left, it's going to be quite a scramble to get through the rest of this course, Jamie.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tight call. She might be able to get through the harbor, but I don't know about the rest of this course. If she is just able to fully execute here. Ooh.
Yeah, here she goes. Going to get
she
that
gets
ring
one at
toss
least.
Move. She gets it.
But time is unfortunately going to
runs out of time just before it. She's put herself into 2nd place just behind Kennedy. I think she would have been able to get a higher placement if she could get off that door immediately. But now coming into the first of our Canadian representatives today, Kendra McTargat. I hope I'm saying that right.
Now, she has been doing ninja for 5 years. So she's got a lot of experience here. Competed in 24 Tier 1 competitions this year for Season 10. So definitely no stranger to competing. Having the first out of 2 courses today. This is also a really good one for just building up, like getting rid of those nerves. Because, you know, running a course, preseason jitters, it doesn't really matter on this one because you're automatically going to be advancing to the next one. So this one can kind of just be good for a way to test out how you're feeling, get those nerves out of the way for what really matters, which is going to be the challenge course. Kendra doing really good so far, though.
On that, I also like to point out, on that Cannonball Alley, she was kind of locking off and just like pulling herself through on moves.
Oh,
but unfortunately, Kenna with the unfortunate Slip up there. Got the jump, but just missed it with her hands, sadly. That's unfortunate.
Oh, and yeah, that third obstacle cannot be underestimated. Every single obstacle here can be failable. It's just so unpredictable to see what these obstacles can do because one misstep, one just like miscalculation in your head, and you're gonna be out. And we could see that a lot. We've seen it a lot with the door where people think that it locks and then they're on it for a hot minute. But you know, something like that on third obstacle, that's something that we haven't seen all too much of.
Very true. Now then, coming into another one of our Canadians out here, representing Aspire Ninjas in Milton, is going to be Mackenzie McCandless. McCandless? I want to say. There we go. Just over a minute 20. We see another one of our competitors quickly letting go of the former ball behind them to grasp through quicker. That's a technique that I'm starting to see all over the world more frequently, and I'm happy that more people are starting to figure out that that might be the way to go fastest on cannonballs.
Yeah, it almost looks as if they're grabbing onto monkey bars, but no, these are like these rounded surfaces that are so hard to grab onto. And that just shows how strong these kids' grip strengths are. It's just so impressive to see what they are able to do. Mackenzie showing how good of a competitor she already is. Got 47 seconds heading into this door right here. Getting this door angled perfectly is half the battle. Getting onto the triangles is another part. Oh,
Here we
getting
go.
a little bit stuck.
Yeah, another person here getting stuck on the door. That seems to be a running theme throughout the entire weekend, especially if it doesn't lock in at the end.
Yeah, what she might be looking to do is trying to reach back to one of those previous cliff ledges on that first board. Oh, but she's actually able to get it around a little bit. Fighting with it, trying to get the force. Oh, but now it's starting to rotate back. Yeah, it looks like, yep, there we go. Trying to reach back to the cliff to try and propel some strength that way. There we go.
There we go. Oh, the slip up there on the red steps. Yeah, it looks like that you can't get a lot of grip on those steps due to the material they are made of. But sadly, that's going to be it.
Yeah, and then couple that with the fact that each of those triangles, you're not allowed to use your hands on them. So you're in this really weird position where you pretty much just have no grip whatsoever and just gotta hope for the best.
Now then, coming into our next competitor, Regan Shepherd. No, that's an unfortunate slip up on balance first. What's going on today, Jamie?
I didn't even catch that. I couldn't even catch what happened there. Did she just misstep off of it?
It seems like it. Hopefully that doesn't put a bunch of stress on our next few competitors. But it just goes to show anything can happen on a placement course.
Yeah, but even so, that could have been more of a freak accident than anything else because, you know, a lot of these competitors can go down early and, you know, never really judge a ninja on just one specific course because a lot of these competitors truly have shined in the challenge course despite having a poor showing in the placement course. That's been a very constant thing that's happened throughout this entire season. Morgan Cooper, though, wants to get a good showing here for the placement course, coming out of the Warrior Factory in Syracuse.
Here we go. Morgan just saw what happened to the last competitor, just going off of those balance beams to start. Wants to take it a bit more cautious, but she's going to have to make up a bit of time on these next few obstacles if she wants to hit that buzzer.
Yeah, she's just going to need to keep moving here. It's a little bit of a cautious approach as she's going through each of these obstacles, but slow and steady might win the race if there was like 30 seconds more on the time limit. But unfortunately, it's just so strict here. But I like what she did there. When she grabbed the trapeze, she had a mixed grip, and you can see that right there. And she might, yep, there we go. Another mixed grip on the trapeze. That way she didn't have to turn her body around and didn't really need to readjust her momentum either. She was able to just swiftly get over, and now she's already onto the laches. But now, gotta get through each of these, and she looks to be on the lengthier side, so this is definitely helping her out here. Might be able to skip one of these last potential laches, able to get to the platform, and now here is an obstacle that we've seen so many struggle with.
The ROC City Turnpike has definitely been quite the challenge for all of our ninjas across the course of this weekend. Morgan is trying to get a lot of momentum quickly, has to not let it go back, using her length to her advantage, seemingly, but unfortunately steps back, just losing her balance off that dismount. That's sadly going to put her out there, but I believe that's put her like near the middle of the teen female leaderboard on the placement course, which is good. Yeah, around 4th place, the middle of the pack. That's not too bad in all fairness. But now, as we move into the final competitor of the teen female division, Kaylee Hepburn right here, coming out of the Syracuse NinjaWorks.
Yeah, she knows that she will at least need to get through get to the sixth obstacle in a decently fast enough time to be able to be the last person to run the challenge course. So having that insight on what to do is so helpful here for Kaylee. Gonna need to get onto the triangle.
Here we go, Kaylee
Triangle number
Hepburn.
2.
Nice. You could see there has a lot of control, and she's had a lot of trust in her
Wow.
grip strength with the one-handed swing. She knows she's got a lot of power in her hands, and she's able to utilize it to its best potential on those bars. But now she's got to turn around that turnpike, and she's got a bit hung up. She might be wanting to think about, reaching out to that cliff at the back and retrying and then jumping off immediately.
Oh, elbows. Is
That's-
the end. Oh. Unfortunately, could not get through. I liked what she did there, though. She tried to kind of brace for impact with her elbows, which might have worked, but unfortunately just could not get through it. And that
is
result's going to land
unfortunate
her
there
in
for Kaylee.
third place.
Exactly. Still quite the okay placement. You could see all of our teen females on the board right now. That means Kennedy Statch, our first competitor on the placement course, is going to be the last one on the challenge course when we get to it. So that is going to be your placement course results and by proxy your challenge course run order. And we are now going to be moving into the start of our teen male division. We've got 13 of these guys, and the first of which is going to be Lucas Davis coming out of the Ninja Labs.
I'm very excited to see what he is able to do here. As the teen males, he is going to need to set the example for what he's going to need to do, because teen male division, since there are a lot more competing, it is going to be far more competitive to get a higher spot heading into the challenge course. Lucas Davis going very swiftly through that obstacle and now has to go over to the winding country road.
Here we go. Lucas has a lot of control with that cross grip, but he's still trying to gauge his swing a bit more so he can dismount well. And there he goes, immediately reaches out, and he's kind of popping through, not really linking stuff, but just reaching out and getting through it. Lucas is setting a good foundation for our teen male division right here. And how's he going to fare on the turnaround? I think dismounting straight away is the way to go, and he gets it. Lucas popping through.
And he has put himself on a great pace so far. Now heading on to these rings. What will he be able to do?
Yes.
Get onto that next lache. Nice job.
Just over 20 seconds as well as he's making his way through. Nice reach out. You could see he puts his chest out last in order to pop on through. Nice links there from Lucas Davis, and with just 12 seconds left, he's going to be coming into the Sombrero Street, our final obstacle. No! I got the idea. He tried to link it. That was a very bold move there from Lucas Davis. He knew he had to move, so he put it on full throttle. Just the unfortunate physics of that first sombrero hold. Very solid run.
Yeah, I think if he went for more of a static approach, reaching out with one hand, he would have had a lot better luck. But unfortunately, just could not do it. But still, a great first run there.
Right then, here we go. Josiah Longman is going to be next up on our placement course at ROC City Ninja today. Competed in 27 competitions across the course of this season, and he is ready to go. One of the best in the teen male division. Here he goes. Gonna take that nice lock-off approach throughout all of those cannonballs. And he's going straight into the winding country roads out here. Ooh, you can see how confident he is with his sense of direction, just kind of dismounting to the side. And now he's popping along through these laches like it's no one's business. There we go. Have a look at this.
Yeah, he's just doing very good so far. 55 seconds left and going. I might be going instantly. Ooh, can he save it?
Okay. I think he's
save
okay. Oh, wow.
No!
Look at that. He tried it. Ooh.
Oh, is he all right?
I think he might have taken an unfortunate landing onto an obstacle on the challenge course.
Yeah,
But he had the good idea. He saved it with his lower body. But
Ooh,
unfortunately,
and
yeah,
then
it
might
looks
have
like
went
he's
straight to like
landed
a metal
right
pipe
back
or
on one of those
something.
pipes. Ouch, man.
Oh,
Hope he's okay.
hopefully he's all right heading into the challenge course in a few minutes.
Okay, then. Trying to match a fast caliber out of the athletes that we've already seen throughout today is going to be Austin Lyons right here, coming out of the Warrior Factory, of course. Representing Clay, New York from his hometown, has competed 17 times within the season this year. And I'm excited to see how he does.
I think that we could see our first clear here. We've seen already a lot of competitors attempt this course. This is going to be runner number 10. So I think that there's a chance that this could be the one.
It definitely could be. All of these, we're getting into probably one of my favorite divisions to watch, honestly. A very underrated division in the grand scheme of things. The teen males, they can definitely pull out some upsets and can potentially rival some of the elites.
Yeah, a lot of them are so skilled, grew up with the sport, have been training for so long, and now that they're finally being able to compete professionally, wow, that was just powerful right there. Got so much air heading into that triangle. Might want to get a little bit more control heading into this next one. Yeah, taking a lot of back swings, but now he's swinging a little bit in the wrong way. Redirect that momentum.
Sets himself diagonally, though, which works fine for him. And now just under 50 seconds left. He's going to be popping along through, linking. Sets himself out straight. Nice underbar as he finishes that. And now here he is going to be coming into the ROC City Turnpike.
Turning that door around and pausing on it. The longer you stay on it, the more it's going to veer back to where it began. So I liked what he did there, but touches down with his hand,
but just the back foot. That's unfortunate right there.
Yeah, and that rule of not being able to utilize your hands on that portion of the obstacle, that has just been something that has eliminated so many people.
Okay, here we go. Another ninja out of the Warrior Factory. We're seeing a lot of their jerseys throughout the course this weekend, and we love to see the representation of it. We've got Ethan Eccles right here. Started doing ninja 3 years ago and trains out of the Warrior Factory and got second overall at the Midwest All-Stars season this year. Here he goes, making that turnaround all nice and well. A minute 12 as he sets himself up diagonally to get that correct dismount motion. Comes right up to the laches.
Going very quick throughout all this. Just a minute left here. He's moving definitely very quickly. Now going into this big door turn. Come on.
Here goes Ethan. Going to be coming in now to the turnaround point as he dismounts. He's got 40 seconds coming in to this penultimate obstacle, even the harbor. Going to set out a linking motion to carry his momentum. Sets it out. Going to push on back to get more momentum. Reaching out now. He's got that wingspan.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Saving a lot of lache energy. And we're just over 20, just over 10. Here he goes.
I think we can
coming along through the sombreros. And just like that, Ethan Eccles with one more backswing is going to get that buzzer. Yes! There we go. The long-awaited success on the placement course is now starting to become a reality.
The first clear of the day, and just barely. Even though he moved incredibly efficiently, still like less than a second left. So that room for error is so unbelievably tiny.
Okay, here we go. Next up, hoping to carry on that success streak is going to be Owen Oliver coming out of ROC City.
Getting ready on that starting line. He's got 7 obstacles in front of him, and he wants to become the second competitor to clear. Here we go. Going up and over our first obstacle, and now heading into Cannonball Alley. These cannonballs,
right then,
so daunting, but he's just moving effortlessly through these, grabbing each of the succeeding ones, and now already found himself at the end. Just rotate yourself around and get to that dismount, and that's exactly what he's done. Owen Oliver.
Ooh, there we go. Hello, Owen Oliver with that skip. I love to see it.
That is a first today, and that sets him very, very far ahead because he did not get caught up whatsoever on any trapezes, and that's perfect. 51 seconds left. What can he do here on this obstacle? Seems very confident in his leaping abilities, so that's going to be something that's tested here. Gotta be able to get into position where he can jump, though. Go for it now. All right.
Bounding.
Big jump up.
Nice little balance there. Here we go. Turning around point. Just over 30 seconds now as he comes into the harbor.
Gotta build up a lot of swing. In a similar position to our previous competitor to this point. Just gotta make sure that he keeps moving and generating swing back and forth. But 14 seconds left. Time has not really been in his favor so far. So,
Owen, you can see here, he's trying his best to carry his momentum through. Ooh, hello! If he wants to clear, hook it back in. Oh, but there's not an even weight pull on that final hold, sadly. That's going to be it for Owen Oliver. Very nice stuff.
Yeah, at the end, it's just so unfortunate. Once he lost one of those rings, it just unfortunately could not happen. And that was still what an amazing run there from Owen Oliver. Now up next, this is going to be Keen Goff. So with a skip that we just saw that I believe we have not seen so far, what's going to happen here? I think that could be something that we see these final 8 competitors do each.
Here we go. Keen is another ninja out of the Warrior Factory in Syracuse. Has competed 9 times throughout the season, and he's ready to get a start on the placement course out here. He's ready to go. Our 6th competitor on the placement course, and he's skipping cannonballs to save a lot of time. Keen might be another guy who's wanting that buzzer.
Yup, right there. That's a great movement right there. I am loving what I'm seeing out of Keen Goff. These competitors are finding perfect ways to just save time here and there. And now already on to obstacle 4. These Lachey's quick dismount as well. And he's just sprinting over to the next obstacle as well.
Here he goes. Keen just under 50 seconds as he makes the pop off that door. And now steps over those red steps without a problem. And now just over 40 seconds coming into the harbor. He's coming in with an all right time. He's actually the fastest to this point, just over a second ahead of Ethan right here. Now he's just got to consistently flow through this course in order to try and get that buzzer.
I think it can be done. Just be able to grab these.
He's reaching out one by one.
Similar technique to Ethan. Oh! Looks like he might have potentially peeled there, but able to get to the dismount. And now 10 seconds left. This is going to be a really close clear again.
10 seconds left on the final obstacle. Is quite an ask, but Keen Goff comes in, hits the buzzer with literally nothing left.
It says
Hang on.
130.02. 130.02.
Give me a second.
Is he? I don't know if he did that. Did he do it?
Okay, hang on a sec. We got to reevaluate this right here. Because NinjaWorks can sometimes do this.
Yeah, the time limit's a minute 30, but as of his clear, he was 2 milliseconds over. That could be potential error on NinjaWorks side, but as of right now, unconfirmed, clear. As of right now, still counts though, so we will update you whenever we get any further information about that.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see if that still holds up. I think regardless, he'll still have an all right place going into the placement course because he made it to the final obstacle with 10 seconds left, which is quite the good accolade to have. But currently, we're coming into our next competitor.
This is going to be Caleb Coombs.
Now, Caleb is coming out of the Dexterity Depot in Pennsylvania, I want to say. And he's ready to go. We could potentially see him at the Dexterity Depot qualifier later on within the year in October. But right now, right here, Caleb is in New York City at ROC City Ninja, and he is ready to get a move on this placement course. You can see him getting ready to go, trying to plan out his moves, coming into the early parts of this placement course from the parts of the obstacles that he can see. The countdown's going, and he's ready to go straight away on those balance beams, and he's making his way over. Ooh, nice. Just powering along through those cannonballs. Messed up a little bit, I think, but now he redeemed himself by powering along through, and it is all fine and dandy. Ooh, nice little dynamic swing right there. He kind of angled himself in the middle of the air. Here he goes. Just over a minute now as he comes into the laches. A lot of time can be saved right here, but he's going to take a backswing to set himself up for everything. Yeah, nice little pop through technique coming into it. Here he goes.
Look
Caleb.
at those strides right there. He's going very quickly so far. 44 seconds left. 5 seconds ahead of the pace by this point. And going for a twist. It's a smart move. And
Oh my! Look
I
at that
have
one-handed
no idea
save.
how he saved that. That's incredible.
And look at that.
He's just going to continue to keep going. And doesn't
Here he
even
goes. Over
that
20
pace
seconds left.
whatsoever.
This is ridiculously good. Over 15 seconds. He's going to beat the 10-second warning to the buzzer, it looks like. Caleb Coombs, the fastest clear of the day so far. Look at that. Oh,
That
my.
is absolutely amazing. I have no idea if we're ever going to see that time beat. That was just absolutely spectacular.
Really happy to be seeing Caleb getting such an incredible buzzer right there.
Yeah,
Now
that
we're
is our
coming into our
third
next
clear in a row,
competitor.
I believe.
Yeah. Here we go. Ashton Galvin, another one of our Canadian representatives on the placement course right here at ROC City Ninja. Coming out of Exeter, Ontario. At age 13 is making his way through the Cannonball Alley. Gotta get that nice little pop off that truss in order to set himself up for the winding country roads. Very solid as he's now coming into the laches. He's popping through. That was one of the fastest approaches we've seen to that obstacle. And just over 45 seconds
glide through all
making
these obstacles.
the ROC City turner. Yes, nice. Ooh, ooh, okay. Both of his
struggling
feet
to find the ring.
gets it that time though. 35 seconds coming in. A buzzer's still feasible at this point.
$20 seconds left.
Gets the first move. Just got to move on through. All of our competitors are now opting to move forward with the one-handed approach on those little T-holds. But now 7 seconds in the final obstacles. Ashton's really got to move. Oh, but that backswing might cost him a little bit. And there we go. It looks like even if he's linking through and gets that grab, the time runs out on Ashton Glavin, sadly.
Still
Super
an
well done there.
absolutely great run. You know, these competitors are consistently making it towards the end of the course, and that's something that I could not say for a lot of the competitors earlier. They are doing consistently great here. And now Evan Michael trains out of ROC City Ninja, so got a home field advantage here. Has an idea of how these obstacles function. So what can he do?
Evan Michael, definitely a home representative. We can see on the shirt right there. representing ROC City Ninja very well. Can be familiar with the gym, but also the layout of this course can be new to everyone too. So with 1 minute 16 currently, he's making his way through. Nice and efficient throughout each and every hold right there on the Cannonball Alley. And now he's making his way over to the winding country roads. A bit hung up on that swing, but he's going to quickly recover and carry on. Here he goes, Evan Michael. Nice linking motion, basically skipping that final bar. As he now comes in to the turnpike right here. The key to this obstacle is a fast dismount, which he gets right there. And now he's coming into the turnaround point of the obstacle. And now coming into the harbor with just over 20 seconds left. It can be feasible if he decides to link through with minimal backswings, essentially. But it seems like he's taking a bit of time coming into this first ring move. How's he going to fare with it? Ah, just misses it, sadly.
Oh, man.
Well done there to Evan Michael.
These competitors are doing so good so far, but now up next is going to be Finn Lionetti, one of the shorter competitors who are running today at 4:11. So for some of these bigger transfers, he might have a lot of trouble doing it. Getting ready on the start line, but he's got a
representing
big smile.
Steel City Ninja. Here he goes, Finn. You can see him taking some deep breaths, making sure he's fully mentally prepared to take on this placement course. A lot of speed necessary, and he's got the correct stance for it, and he's ready to go. Finn already reaching out. He doesn't look like he's the biggest ninja, but he's definitely using his frame to his advantage. Still reaching out very thoroughly. With 1 minute 10 on the clock, he's not wasting any time between obstacles. He knows he needs to move fast.
Yeah, no, this is where his height might struggle. Yeah, try to reach out for each of those triangles, but not being able to comfortably set down. He's going to have to drop down and go straight into that succeeding trapeze as well. But look at what he is doing, having so much power in each of these transitions and running straight over to this door. Now, with only weighing 86 pounds, he might have some trouble rotating the door, but nope, he's able to get perfectly onto it. Now got a big jump up to each of these rings, and now got the dismount as well. 30 seconds left, 2 obstacles remain for him. Finn nearing the end of this course, but just gotta keep moving.
Yes, gets that ring grab on point, essentially. Now he's just got to reach out and kind of pop on through each of these T-holds. Now on that backswing, very good. Looking at the dismount right here. And could have linked it, but again, the strap mechanism just not allowing it. It seems like he's going to run out of time, even with that pullback initially, and dives out. Still a very solid run there from Finn. A super solid run right there. Popped through everything effortlessly. It seems like the biggest speed deciders, though, are going to be your backswings on the winding country roads, the ROC City Turnpike approach, as well as the harbor backswing amount. Let's see if Marco Chiarizaya, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, now he's coming in through to the cannonballs, 1 minute 15. Nice little skip there, trying to save as much time as possible as he makes the turnaround from the truss right here. Very well done right there. Now he's coming into the winding country roads. He's opting for a little face forward approach, so he knows where he's landing all well and good. Gets a nice jump over, and now he sets himself up for the laches. Reaches out immediately, comes along through. He also got his coaching certification this year, and he also likes to train and build Legos in his free time. Let's see if he can build up some good brain power on the ROC City Turnpike. Here he goes. Nice push back. Ooh,
he
just loses his balance.
Whoa!
Ah.
Oh, he almost kind of fell in slow motion in a way. Like, he got a good landing onto it and then just slowly over time fell back. It's so unfortunate. Got 2 competitors left to run the course. Up next is going to be Owen Hahn out of Aspire Ninjas Milton. Now, favorite format is a challenge course, so if he wants to get a good placement in the challenge course, he is going to need to clear an insanely fast time or get relatively far into the course. Owen Hahn has begun his run here.
Owen, another one of our Ontario representatives from Canada, coming out of Aspire Ninjas in Milton, and he's coming through now with quite a good pace, matching a lot of these top placement guys, especially with that skip there. That's going to save him quite a bit of time. He's coming into the Lachey's with just over a minute on the clock, and he's popping along through. Not really any backswings necessary. And Owen is coming in now, just over a minute on the turnpike. Has to get a fast dismount off of this and balance his way through and also turn around, and he's going to get through a very fast dismount with just over 40 seconds coming into the harbor. Jamie, this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is absolutely stellar so far. These competitors, at the start, I was a little afraid that they... Oh, no!
Oh!
Oh, Owen Hahn unable to get through that obstacle. He was looking
Let's
so
have a
good.
look
And
at
as
that
I was
again.
saying, these competitors are truly becoming incredibly efficient on these obstacles, but unfortunately, Owen Hahn just missed one of those cradles. Could not get it high enough. And that's going to lead us into our last run. William Sparrows coming out of Sinai Sports.
All right, then. Here we go. William, our final competitor in the teen male division for the placement course. Let's see how the final result of our placement is going to be decided right here. Minute 20 coming into these cannonballs right here, representing Sinai Sports, of course. He's moving along through. Just got to get that pop off the truss to dismount. Trying to set himself up straight away, which is difficult to do, but William, with one more backswing, gets it right there. Every single second counts on a placement course, though, to try and get to the end. Quite the difficult task, but he's still making his way through, which is all well and good. Now he just needs to get the turnaround, and he's linking along through and pulling back when necessary. Very well done here from William so far. 40 seconds coming into the ROC City Turnpike.
Seems very comfortable so far on all these obstacles and on the taller side. So this should... Ooh, and as I say, like, he is going to need to go back for attempt number 2 on getting the platform. Ooh, wonky foot placements, but continuing to persevere and keep moving. But 22 seconds left. That extra placement of the door, that's going to put him in a little bit of a time crunch here. Heading into these next 2 obstacles.
Ooh, look at that
there.
link.
Did he tap? I don't think he tapped. He's going to keep going. And he
might
he
as well trying to get that final obstacle cleared. He's really got to have a forceful front swing.
Okay.
And he's got the clear on the harbor,
right.
which puts him ultimately into 7th place.
And that's great to see. That was overall an incredibly solid run, but unfortunately, his time, like so many others, has just been eaten up by that 5th obstacle in the door. Having to take that extra turnaround, unfortunately, caused him to run out of time before he could even attempt the last obstacle. And that's going to do it for our placement course here. Every single competitor has run, and on the screen right now are currently the people who are in the top 4. If this was where the Premier Series qualifier would end, these would be the 4 who are advancing, but no, they have one more competition to go through, which will actually begin in a few minutes. So, Caleb Coombs, since he placed first, will be running last out of the teen males, and Austin Lyons will be the one who will be kicking it off. But first, they are going to see our teen females run. 7 of them competed, and I'm excited to see what they are able to do on a course that is incredibly difficult. What about you, Billy?
Absolutely. We have seen a lot of different approaches to the challenge course throughout the weekend, and I'm excited to see. We have seen a lot of incredible teen action and skill throughout this placement course. We also got to give a shout out to the top 4 athletes in the teen female division. Kennedy Starch, who is going to be running last on the challenge course due to getting first right here, as well as Kinley, Kaylee, and Mackenzie in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th respectively. and Regan Shepherd being the first runner of both of our divisions. It's going to be quite the fun time. We're going to be back with you guys in just a minute. We're going to take a short break so everything can get reset and ready for these teen athletes to take on the challenge course. From Billy Dixon and Jamie Dayhoff, we will see you shortly. All right, everybody, welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier at ROC City Ninja in Rochester, New York. My name is Billy Dixon, joined alongside Jamie Dayhuff today. We have just gone through the first half of our teen division on the placement course, and now we're going to be coming into the challenge course right here. It's going to be quite the fun ride for everybody in the teen division. We got to give a big shout out to our course designers out here. Big shout outs to Danny and Bobby. Love the stuff that these guys have done over the course of this weekend, and we're excited to see what the teens are going to get for their challenge course. Jamie, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking this is going to be a very difficult course because, you know, in a lot of placement courses, we haven't seen a lot of clears this weekend, but, you know, throughout the tail end of these teen males, we got to see a lot of clears. So I think that this course is going to be a lot more difficult because of the fact that their skill level is just that high.
Indeed so. I think the teen division, personally, is the most underrated division. We have a lot of unseen potential, majorly from a lot of these guys from the female and male divisions out here. And with it being the top 25% of athletes from the World Championships, we have truly picked out the best of the best out here today. We've got many competitors from the United States, but also some from Canada who have gone through, mainly from Ontario, usually the east side of Canada, to compete in this New York qualifier today. And they've done very, very well from the placement course. And I'm excited to see how they're all going to do on challenge now.
Yeah, me too. These obstacles are so incredibly difficult. And also something that plays a factor at this course at least is the time limit. Usually when you see a lot of challenge courses, time limit's kind of like a non-entity. A lot of competitors really don't need to matter about it, but on this one, you pretty much have to rush to get through every single obstacle. Like, resting is not really something that a lot of these competitors can do. That's something that we saw in the placement course, but in the challenge course, that's something that's going to be even more important. So a lot of these competitors are gonna need to just make sure that they stay aware of what they're able to do. Alongside that, this course is going to be a whole lot longer. They had to face 7 obstacles in the placement course, and now they have to face 12 in the challenge course. So it is going to be no easy feat to complete this course.
Absolutely. It's been a huge eye-opener, I think, for the average Premier Series viewer out here for the weekend, because it's been a very, very long course. It's matched the obstacle count of last week's qualifier at Motus. They had 12 obstacles as well, but the time limit here is quite possibly a lot stricter than Motus's, and basically every other Premier Series we've had this year. It's definitely up there as one of the stricter time limits. At this point, a lot of our athletes have got to come in with the mindset of just clearing obstacles at a consistent rate, not really taking that much time in between, but definitely hoping that we can get a lot of people. We could hear in the background people are starting to get ready now. We might have our first teen female competitor on the start line soon.
Yeah, now something really cool about the challenge course is how it works, how it functions, because if you fail an obstacle, you're not immediately out. You actually have the chance to retry said obstacle. So say you fail a third obstacle and you get to retry it and clear. You are fine. You are still able to continue your course, and that continues if you fail another obstacle. If you clear it, then you go on. But again, if you fail both those obstacles on said retry, then you're out. But the third try, where if you fall on a third separate obstacle, that's where it's a little bit different, because then that's just an automatic elimination.
Yeah, you got to think about the retries that we get on this course as well. You got to think, if you are taking an approach, there is actually a good example of this that we're going to see in the course demo very shortly. There is a split decision obstacle where you could take two different routes on a tricky balance obstacle. So if you fail on one side that you decide to go on first, then you can definitely try the different side with that retry in tow.
Yeah, there's just so many things that can be done right with the retries. I love the Premier Series because it just shows like adapting on the fly. Because you can fail an obstacle, and then throughout like a short time, you can learn, hey, this is a strategy that works. I'm gonna implement it like 10 seconds later, and then more often than not, it works to get competitors through an obstacle, and that's just the beauty of this course. And a lot of courses don't offer retries, so being able to just get a retry an obstacle in real time is something that is so amazing to see. So a lot of these competitors, I'm curious to see how they are going to attempt the retries. We've seen a lot of competitors try to just go for a clean run, have no retries, but we've also seen competitors try and take like a strategic approach where if they're not really sure about an obstacle, they might want to give it another try with a new mindset and then go straight into it. So these 20 competitors who are about to run in these team divisions have a lot in front of them to think about before heading into the run.
Precisely so, and even then, if you were to retry an obstacle and then complete it, it could also hinder your time, especially if you fail late into an obstacle and you got to redo it again. If you want that buzzer at the end of the course, then you really need to try your best to utilize as little retries as possible in order to get through the course at a consistent rate and then get your buzzer at the end. It's going to be quite the journey to see how these teams are going to do on this challenge course. And we're going to be seeing the obstacles in play momentarily. We also need to take into consideration that both the females and males have got competition if they want to get their qualifying spot for Motus's finals this year. The top 4 athletes from each gender are gonna have to go out to Motus and compete in the finals competition. It's gonna be a very, very fun time. Super excited to see who is going to get the top 4 spot. It's gonna be very close in both of them.
Yeah, it's going to be so competitive to see what's going to happen. And the first competitors for each division, it is going to be one of those things that it's so nerve-wracking. Reagan Shepard, she is going to be the one that's going to need to trailblaze because she does not have the hindsight of like, this is the cutoff point, this is where I need to advance to. She is going in completely blindly, and same with Austin Lyons. So both of them are really going to need to put their best foot forward and try their best on each and every one of these obstacles. And a lot of these obstacles have been incredibly difficult. There's some obstacles that we've seen a lot of courses for years by this point that have taken out so many challengers, and soon enough we will be seeing a demo from a tester to show what this course is made of. And there we go, getting ready on the screen right now. You can actually see what this course has to offer. So first up, it is going to be the hook slide. So think of it kind of just like a cane lane. You got 2 hooks, slide them across the stationary track, get to the dismount, get through. Not that hard, but also one of those obstacles that you can get caught up on fairly tricky. Propeller spin, 2 spinning propellers. Just make sure that you stay centered, don't spin out. And then here is the split decision that Billy was talking about. You can either go on this farther left path, which is going to be shorter, but also more difficult, or the right side. And now after that, you go on this obstacle called the electric slide. You got to grab onto a skateboard, which is not currently in the frame, but you got to go onto a slide skateboard, grab a cane and hook it. And then after that, you are on to this next obstacle, which is going to be these vertical holds. And then on to the floating boards. Not the same floating boards than what you might see in some other competitions. These are similar to dangerous curves or boardwalk that we saw a few years back in the World Championships. Gotta be able to go up and down the boards and get over to the dismount. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a challenge course without a cliffhanger. So each of these cliffhangers behave differently. You got stationary cliff, a swing cliff, and then this last cliffhanger ledge actually spins. And then after that is going to be your flywheels, very large distance apart, third one behaves differently. It's on a completely different swinging mechanism. And after that's full throttle. Get through that. And then this could be one of the hardest obstacles of the entire course right here. Gotta do the bobby prop. So you are essentially doing like an advanced handstand. Gotta be able to put your body onto the wall and then go sideways, being able to hold on to each of those bars near the ground. And after 9 obstacles, this has been proven to be a very hard task. And then even then, you gotta move slightly forward to the dismount. You just can't collapse at the end. 2 obstacles remain after that, and they gotta do a battering ram, very similar to what you see in a lot of different competitions. Slide the weapon thing down to the end of the track, transition to a second, and then transition to a third. This obstacle, having it be placed so late into the course, it's such an evil thing, but it just shows that these course creators are not that afraid to being a little bit devious. Now, after 11 obstacles, all they have left is the flying bar. Gotta go from a hooked cradle into a little Pac-Man cradle, something similar to what we saw at Worlds back in 2024. Gotta be able to rotate it slightly, and then go into a stationary flying bar cradle that you see in pretty much every competition. So, gotta get into that Pac-Man hold, and then gotta bring it down, head over to the last cradle, and then you actually have to get a little bit of a dismount before heading into the rope. And then climb up a little bit to the buzzer, and that is your course. 12 obstacles, 2 retries, 1 retry per obstacle. And yeah, it's going to be such an incredibly difficult task for our competitors to achieve. And the time limit, I believe, is only going to be 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So, very little room for error.
Thank you very much, Jamie, for talking through that course. It's definitely giving us a scope of how taxing this course can be, even with the retries taken into play throughout this course. It's definitely going to be a tight squeeze if you want to get that buzzer, even with a retry in tow, especially with that final rope climb after the flying bar. That's a new thing for today, and that is going to be quite a different pace setter for our final obstacle right there. So even when you're really, really tired at the end of everything on that course, you've still got to climb a rope and have enough energy to do it. And with everything being said, we're going to be heading into our first runner very shortly.
I am so excited to see what these competitors are going to be able to do. These team competitors, you said, very underrated in what they are able to do. But, they have been following the show for a long time, presumably. They have grown up with it, seen the sport evolve a lot, especially in the last 5 years. And now here they are in the Premier Series, ready to show what they are made of.
Out of the 20 competitors that we have got today, it's going to be a very tight call who can get that top 4 placement. It's essentially anyone's game at this point. We have so many great skill sets from so many great competitors. The first of which, starting off our challenge course for the teen division, is going to be Regan Shepherd. She had an unfortunate fall on the balance, I believe, on the placement course earlier today in the competition. So hopefully she can redeem herself on this first obstacle, the Talons.
Yeah, I honestly think that was more of like a freak accident than anything else because, a lot of competitors, you really can't judge their skill level just by one result. They're in the Premier Series for a reason. So I'm excited to see what she's able to do here. That could have also been very strategic, not wanting to waste any energy. So this first obstacle, very different to what she failed earlier. This is actually an upper body obstacle rather than a lower body obstacle. If she wants to get a revenge on a potential balance obstacle, she will need to advance to the third obstacle, split decision.
Here she goes, just getting a tiny bit iced here, but here we go. She is ready to go. And just like that, Regan Shepherd is off. 3 minute 15 on the clock. A very powerful push off of those little Talon sliders right there. And she's immediately popping into these propellers.
Yeah, she's doing great
Very
so far.
solid.
Now
Gonna
here
go
is that
for the
balance
shorter
obstacle.
version of the split decision and reaches on through with her legs. Very good. Now for some cane tech coming into that slider, but unfortunately falls backwards there. A retry is going to have to be used.
Got
Now
2
then.
minutes and 47 seconds.
The suspense is here. Ooh, okay. Nice recovery right there. You could see her, unfortunately, tried to fall back, but regardless, she makes the jump up with that cane, and she's still going to be moving on through the rest of this challenge course as she now finishes up on the nunchucks and is going to be moving on to the floating boards. Basically, now a simulation of board drop from stage 2 of the World Championships in 2023. Let's see if Regan is up to the test. Hooks onto the board.
And now she's going forward on this. We saw our tester attempt to go backwards. Allowed you to get a little bit more control, but that also has to make a little bit of a flip. But, you know, Regan able to get near the end. And I like, whoa, did she touch? Is she safe? Wow,
I think
thought
she's fine.
was down there. But now heading into the cliffs again. As I said, each of these cliff ledges behave differently. And now gotta get that forward and back motion ready for this cliff. Kind of in the shape of a Dorito. Gotta get on to this next one, which is gonna spin. So hand placement so important here. Sizing up for it. Oh,
Yes.
there.
Hangs on though. Still able to push on through. Regan Shepherd is currently 7 for 12 at the minute. She's on our 8th obstacle now, meaning that she isn't even 65% of the way through of this course right now. She has to get through this part to make sure that she's 2/3 through the challenge course, but time is ticking down with every resting second, which just goes to show how demanding this challenge course really is.
Yeah, this has just been one of those courses that is so incredibly difficult to complete. Now, getting ready for this last flywheel, trying to figure out how this one behaves. Swings actually higher up rather than swinging at the center of it. Gotta get the dismount. Able to lay that just barely. Oh, she might have spilled over. Oh, yeah. Ooh, and landed straight into the section right there of the next obstacle, full throttle. But able to get through. But that's both retries gone already. So, if she fails anywhere else on these final 3 obstacles, that's going to be it for her run. First look here at the Bobby prop. Obviously, a play on words with the classic
She
body
really has
prop.
to engage her core strength here. Yes, of course, taking inspiration from Sasuke many years ago. Oh, but it looks like that's going to be it. Just runs out of energy. That is a scary obstacle. It is a prospect worth thinking of. You got to think about it. Being up against the wall that close at an angle as well, essentially upside down, is definitely not an easy task. But very well done there to Regan, putting herself on the board as we now come into Kendra out of CTC Obstacles in Canada.
We're going to see if she is able to make it just a little bit farther than our previous competitor. That Bobby prop, that's not... I really don't think a lot of competitors particularly expect to have an obstacle where they're required to handstand. But, you know, this is one that I think caught a lot of competitors by surprise. Kendra getting ready to attempt this propeller obstacle. Gonna get a good transition, able to get onto that second propeller and towards the dismount just as nicely. Now we're gonna see her attempt the right side. This is our first look at the right side. Gonna be a little bit longer than the left side, but that is going to be because it's gonna be a little bit more simple to get through, less likely to go out on it. And now we're gonna see what she's able to do here on the skateboard. Ooh, touches down there.
You can see the board just slips out from underneath her first off. Now she has to retry, take another go at it, and see if she can get that cane tech to good use now. If she goes 2:40, has to set herself up for it in a straight manner. Have a lot of speed coming into that board, and try her best to get the jump up, which she does get, and pulls herself in. Now then, here she goes, coming through on the nunchucks. You could see her shaking her wrists out, it looks like, halfway through. Just making sure she's all ready to go on those grips. Now coming into the floating boards. Inching across the first board now, has to get a lot of momentum. High hips to gauge that grasp, which is all well and good for Kendra at the minute. Just under 2 minutes descending through. Now coming into Danny's crazy cliffs. Going to take a bit of time to chalk up and get ready to go on this variant of a cliffhanger. How's the
Now
approach going to be?
she's fully extended on this, so might want to make sure that she brings up those elbows to fully absorb each of these succeeding cliffs. But I like what I'm seeing here as she's kicking forward, has her legs a little bit split so that way she doesn't accidentally kick the succeeding cliff ledge. Ooh, but now it's spinning. Can she correct it? Gets that dismount. Able to get there nicely. All right,
Kendra now going
flywheels
to be
up
coming
next.
into the flywheels now. 1 minute 10. She's trying to make her way through. Yes, gets the first grab, carrying through that momentum from each other wheel. Now on the swinging wheel, going to take a bit more time to lachey down to hopefully get enough momentum to get through. And she gets it. Now then, 50 seconds, full throttle. Oh no, unfortunately just steps off right there, sadly. Kendra's going to have to give it another try. Sets the first pedal down. And the second, and she's cleared it. Kendra now has to get through the bobby prop in order to get first place currently. It seems like her core is engaged very well. Hopefully she just has enough energy to get all the way to the end of the obstacle. Time is ticking as well. Here she goes. Just has to dismount properly.
Step down.
And she's fine.
Nicely through.
Kendra has put herself into first place now. With 13 seconds left, she's going to try and motor on through each of the battering rams. Just tried to get up there. But sadly, in a rush, runs out of time. Still a very solid run there from Kendra.
Yeah, these competitors are just doing so good on each of these obstacles. So it's just a steady improvement with every competitor. Morgan Cooper is going to hope to try and get one obstacle further than Reagan, just like how Kendra did.
Now then, Morgan Cooper. She's trying her best to map out the first couple of moves on the talons as well as the propellers, it looks like. You can see her looking at it. Now she's just got to get ready to go. 3 minute 15 on the clock. Going to be stepping up. She's chalked up, ready to go. Hopefully to put in a very solid performance on this challenge course. And she's off. Very solid first off. Oh, no! Just loses her balance coming off of that first obstacle. It's unfortunate to be using a retry this early on in the course. Hopefully Morgan can redeem herself coming off.
Yeah, and now
Ooh,
she's
nice
only
approach.
using
Only
one
using
cane.
one now.
Ooh, I think she...
Oh, no!
Yeah.
The front tap! Oh, no! That's unfortunate for Morgan Cooper.
Yeah. I really didn't like the fact that she only used one of the cans, because that meant that she really wasn't able to control herself as much and get proper dismount. So hopefully our next competitors will be able to learn from that potential mistake.
Possibly. I mean, for most people in training, people don't really use two cane type holds that often. They might be more comfortable using one. Even then, unfortunate dismount there for Morgan. But now coming into Mackenzie now, she's going to be moving along through each of these obstacles with proper poise. Very good grasp onto the second propeller as she skips on down and now has to make the split decision. She's going for the risky but short route. Ooh,
Yep, able to
nice.
make it work there.
Okay, now she just
the
needs to eye herself
skateboard.
up with the tech. Ooh! Just lets it skip out from underneath her. This obstacle is definitely a challenging one, both skate tech and cane tech simultaneously. Not going to be the easiest for our teens right here, but regardless, still going to have to be locking in on this move.
If she goes down here, that'll unfortunately be it for her run.
Oh, but just on the... Oh, man. Unfortunate there for Mackenzie. It seems like she landed on the backside of the board, which lets it go out forward a bit faster than usual, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kaylee Hepburn is going to be the next competitor to power through it.
Hopefully she will be able to get on that skateboard. That is such a tricky challenge if you've never been on a balance obstacle like that, because just when you start veering a little bit back, that is when you're in a really bad situation, because then you're just not able to control yourself.
Kaylee Hepburn utilizing both of those talons with expertise and hops on down very well, representing the Syracuse Ninja community. Started doing Ninja in 2020. She's been at this for 5 years. Must know how competitions work by this point. Has competed in them 16 times in this season alone. And very, very good there. Coming off of that balance obstacle on a split decision. Now, double tech, Kane and Skate. Ooh! Unfortunately, that's going to be a retry having to be used now. Gonna have to give it another go here. Kaylee Hepburn, 2 minute 35. Gonna have to line herself up. Gets a good foot placement and is able to hop on up very well. Now then, we can see her using both of her hands on the nunchucks. Solid route so far. 2 minutes 17. Coming into the floating boards now. Taking a deep breath before it. Hopefully no pump is starting to set in for Kaylee currently, all down to how it goes here. Gonna take the backwards approach that we saw our tester do. Doesn't really require that much of a pop up, but the 180 on that board is not going to be feasible for her currently. She needs a bit more thrust in her hips to pop herself up and have a bit more height to react to it.
Yeah, and now something that I noticed is that when the ring made contact with the board, it kind of almost went a little bit sideways. So might want to take a few less swings in the ring to prevent that from happening again. Oh yeah, I can see it right there. It veered a little bit from side to side, but able to get back onto the board. Found herself in the same position she was at before. Now, bring those hips up just like Billy said. Come on, you got it.
Here we go. Kaylee, unfortunately, drops down a bit too fast. And that's going to do her on the sixth obstacle right there, the floating boards, unfortunately. I think she's currently on the bubble for Motus as well, depending on how the remaining two teen female competitors are able to do on this challenge course. And next up is going to be Kinley Jenkins, who is no stranger to Premier Series challenge courses. She made it out to Life Force last year for their finals and qualified via Stanford in the teen division, and I'm excited to see how she's going to do this time.
She's getting ready
throwing
for
big moves,
attack.
and difficult moves. Exactly, making sure she's all ready to go. Super close. She loves throwing big moves and doing fun tricks with obstacles. She got her coach's certificate this year. Also did adult NSC as well and placed 9th overall at Gravity Forge. So this girl right here, Kinley, no stranger to intense competition against some of the world's best. She has 3 younger siblings and 2 of them also do ninja. And she's also been an Irish dancer. And such foot action is apparent on that split decision right there. Her school sports include cross-country, basketball, track, and lacrosse. If she can cross that. Ooh, doesn't even need to utilize the board to skate through. Look at that. Very solid.
Yeah, she's just moving confidently. You can see
she's pulling a camera at our faces.
Yeah, definitely seems to be having a lot of fun here. And I like to see that a lot out of competitors when they are having fun on the course. A lot of times some competitors look really scared, but it's great to see competitors feel comfortable on the course and be able to dominate. You see, Kinley already landed herself in the top 3, so she is in a great position, mathematically guaranteed to be advancing to the next round because of the fact that we only have 1 more female competitor after her. So, pretty much doesn't really need to go farther, but she wants to be able to get as far as she can, even though she's technically already advanced.
Precisely so. We can see here, Kinley. Is that going to count? Yes, that's fine. There was no foot tap behind that box. And now she's going to be chalking up, ready to go for the flywheels. The last 5 obstacles on this challenge course, starting out with the flywheels. Going to have to adapt on the fly here to make her way through all of these laches effortlessly, and pops on through. Very nice. Now, this last one has been giving people a bit of trouble. Some people have been overshooting the dismount platform and landing on the other side where full throttle is. Let's see if Kinley can dismount fine, and she's okay with it and immediately goes into full throttle as its proxy, essentially. Now she's taking a bit of time to gauge herself and get ready. Over a minute still for the bobby prop now. Here we go. Moving along through, we can see these gaps in the pipes. We got to hold ourselves up whilst making their way through. On the final pipe now, here she goes, just under 40 seconds. You can see her legs flailing, trying to keep balance. Here she goes, she's on the verge of clearing now. Can she put herself
Near
into
the end
first
spot,
place?
you got it.
Super close and reaches out, but unfortunately the mat
Oh.
slides out from her, sadly. That is an
That's
unfortunate
so
prospect.
unfortunate. Yeah, but you could really see how badly she wanted to be able to get through that. Oh, hopefully second time's going to be the charm, but with 20 seconds left, and the fact she exuded a lot of energy, it is not looking good for her, unfortunately.
Yeah, she must be feeling very tired at the end of this now. I think she might be wanting to let the clock run down a tiny bit more just to keep on moving. It is quite the difficult obstacle to mentally get your head around. You're basically cornered. Not really in a corner, but like going through an unorthodox position, especially with a fall like that as well, with the mat sliding out from under you. Not the best scenario, but that's going to put her into Motus's finals as well at second place right now. And with Kennedy Stach lining up to be our final teen female on the course today, I'm excited to see what we can get from her. We could get our first place finisher here.
Yeah, very well. Kennedy Stach, very strong when it comes to a lot of courses. She has been training for 5 years, and she got her 4th world trip this year, so got a lot of experience competing professionally.
Here she goes. Kennedy is off on the talons now. She is quickly moving ahead without any hesitation. Just got to get that dismount all well and good right there. Now coming into propellers.
Gotta reach this next one. A little bit to the left, though, so correct that. There we go. And now heading into this dismount.
Now then, coming into the easier option of split decision. Seems a bit safer, which is all well and good for her. She clears with expertise right there. Now she's going to be coming into our next obstacle out here, the electric slide. Both Cane Tech and Skate Tech in the same obstacle. Ooh, but just steps back right there on instinct. Gonna give it a retry, though.
These skateboard obstacles are just so difficult because, again, as I said earlier, you gotta make sure that you stay forward a lot of the time. But again, moving too forward, you could just veer off the front of it. So finding that sweet spot, that is so important here. Kennedy Stach getting ready for attempt number 2. What has she learned from attempt number 1? Here she goes.
Kennedy
Lets
the board go all the way out to the end and gets the hook on. There we go. Now has to motor on through. I think she has the capabilities to make her way through each of these obstacles now. Kennedy's coming on now to the floating boards after those nunchucks, and now she's going to be chalking up ready for it.
Got a long road ahead of her for the buzzer. Might be a little bit winded at this time, but she's going to need to take a few swings heading into it looks like. Oh, couldn't get up to it.
Couldn't get a high enough kip to make her way up there. Just got to take a minute to reevaluate. No more retries.
Now, if she takes her hips and really brings them up with her, she'll be able to make it onto that board, but I think she might be a little bit winded.
Trying to sort out a bit more strategy with her coach. She's not in finalist territory yet. She needs to beat this obstacle in order to get her place there. Now then, the kip up is what got her done last time. Can she make it this time? Gets the grab.
There we go.
Now just needs to pop on through. She is quickly making her way to the top. Wants to get that Lachey to the second board, which she does get.
Now it's just the dismount. Don't want to peel
The
off here. Come
bicycle
on.
kick is in play
All
and gets
right.
it. Kennedy's going to Motus in November. There we go. Now then, 40 seconds left for the rest of this course. Might not be that much to clear, but we can definitely see progress. Okay, here she goes.
Already
Coming
onto that cliff
into
ledge.
Danny's crazy cliffs right here. Gotta get that massive Lachey coming off the obstacle. Gets the grab on the second cliff. Wants to get off. There we go. Kennedy now coming
time
into the
is running
flywheels
low.
without hesitation. She knows she has to move, and that is going to be it for her. Maybe not the run that she wanted, but it's a run that counts regardless. She made her redemption on both the electric slide and the floating boards, which is great to see.
So that was an absolutely great run. And, you know, Billy, as you said, that wraps up the teen females. We now know the 4 who are going on to Motus. And now, yeah, you can see them on the screen right now. Kendra being the one to lead the pack in first place.
And that is our finished leaderboard for the teen female division. Lovely stuff from our top 4. Commiserations to the other 3. We're going to be moving on to our teen males now. We've got a lot to cover. We have got 13 incredible athletes that are going to be coming on to this challenge course. They've seen the girls do it. Now it's down to them to try their best and make their way through the rest of this course with ease. And here we go. Austin Lyons is going to be our first competitor on the teen male side of things. To make his way through. Oh, but the lean back is unfortunately going to get him. Has a retry, though. He knows this will be fine now, hopefully. Going to use one cane to make his way through. Might be more familiar with this motion, which he is, it looks like. Makes the redemption, but he has one less retry for the rest of this course. So he's going to have to move through at quite the good pace now.
Yeah, and alongside that, that also took a decent amount of time out of his front.
Oh, okay.
Does that?
Oh, that's going to have to be counted as a retry. Oh, that's unfortunate right there. Both out of bounds retries. Now he's going to have to move through flawlessly. Nice hop off of that slide. And now he's quickly moving in now. I think he's locked in currently, Jamie.
Yeah, he is incredibly focused after that minor slip up. So he knows that if he touches the ground one more time, that's unfortunately going to be it for him. So needs to be perfect throughout these final 6 obstacles.
Austin's going to have to kip up nicely and get a good grab on that board. Then carry on upward and get to the second board in good time. Nice little lean forward there in midair. That gives him a bit more time.
And I like that
and
right
the
there,
downward
too.
grip. Lovely.
Yeah, he is doing very good so far. Very much clearly confident in his grip strength. So cliffs should be no problem for him, but might have some trouble getting up to it. Going to have to utilize that red triangle. Preparing to get a big run up, it looks like. Here he goes. Getting a giant jump. All right. And now fully extended here. And going for a Lachey here instead. We're trying to go for a static approach, but, you know, it works out for him. And now just got to get into this next spinny one. Got to make sure that he doesn't accidentally kick it and make it start spinning. But he's able to land onto it.
Has a good grip. And now he's immediately coming into these flywheels. He's going to chalk up for it, though. He knows that it's quite the grippy gauntlet. There we go. Nice linking motion, carrying his momentum through each swing he gets. Wanted to go off that way, but due to how that final wheel is built on a little pendulum almost, gives Austin a bit of time to rest. He knows
And now-
what's expected of the Bobby prop.
Now just got to execute. And it looks like with every movement that he's doing, you can see him trying to get that strength back with his arms. You can see his arms starting to bend with every single one of those transitions. Oh, he manages to save it. But he is nowhere near the end by this point. Still has one more giant transition left. Okay, bring that other hand around. And now he can focus on making those slow and steady movements towards the platform. And now
He's
the dismount's
super,
also
super
going to be
close,
next for him.
Jamie.
Oh, you can see him just struggling. He's like in a very
And
tough position.
he
but
gets
able
it!
to get
Nice!
That's absolutely
He is
spectacular.
satisfied with that finish.
Yeah,
Very
and
well
he's
done
like,
there to Austin.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't even want to try the last one. I'm done. But you know what? That's
After
completely
quite a
respectable.
sketchy start, a very, very solid save in the grand scheme of his run. That set the foundation for the rest of the division incredibly well.
Yeah, that was so strong. And you could see just like the amount of relief he had after being able to get through that one.
Now then, Marco Chiarizaya out of Syracuse Ninja Barracks is coming in to the challenge course right now. 3:10 as he sets himself up for that dismount on the hook slide. Now the propeller spin, not a problem, not letting those propellers spin. Now coming into split decision, gonna take the tougher, yet shorter and more rewarding route, and he's got it.
Yeah, being on the shorter side, just 5 feet, you can tell he was like fully extended there on H though. So height's also going to be tested here on the skateboard. Gotta get a big jump up to that, able to land it. So thankfully able to get through that. And now this is going to be an obstacle that height really doesn't matter. Really going to benefit from being 90 pounds. Not really going to have to carry that much weight on these vertical holds. Getting near that dismount. And able to get it there. Unstable bridges are up next for him to face. Been on the course for just under a minute by this point. Now nearing the halfway point. This is 6th out of 12 obstacles. So a great transition there. Able to continue to keep moving. And at this time, he is already almost 6 seconds ahead of the pace that Austin set. So he just needs to make sure to keep moving.
Oh! He had his hand placement right there, but just let the board slip out from his hands. Marco's going to have to give the floating boards another try. He's got it in the tank. He's looking at it as if he wants a revenge, which he definitely does.
Yeah, I think that was just a bad transition on his behalf. Just didn't fully turn his body all the way. And once he grabbed one side, just the other side just missed, I believe.
Here he goes.
Right.
He's taking that 180 approach again. He has to get a minimally higher kip up with his hands to get it this time. There he goes.
All
Saves
right.
himself. Marco, under 1:30 now. Having to take a retry on the floating boards is quite a detriment to your overall time, but Marco's going to still go and complete as many obstacles as he can within the time.
Got 1:12, and look at what he is doing so far. He looks very confident on these cliff ledges, going for it.
Oh, but just lets his fingers slip on that cliff. Gonna have to eye it up with a more head-on approach, it looks like. Give a bit more reaction time in the air.
Now
Here he goes. Gonna give these cliffs a second try now. Just under a minute. He's swinging diagonally. Can he get this angled swing?
There we
Yes,
go.
gets it this time. Lovely stuff right here, Jamie.
Yeah, he is doing absolutely good, and I liked what he did there on that second ledge.
Oh! But the following Lachey is what's gonna get Marco right there. I think his finger strength just sadly ran out, but still a very solid run from him.
Yeah, he was doing so good. It was a perfect example of utilizing every single retry to his advantage. Just being able to dominate, but on those cliffs, could not deliver. But, you know, I liked what he did on the cliffs. His first transition grabbed the very edge of that ledge. And that, unfortunately, could not let him get through. But on attempt number 2, he spread his fingers and hands out very much, so that way he was able to get a perfect grip onto it. And again, I've talked about the adaptability on the fly, and that's a perfect example there from Marco. And now Josiah Longman will be our next player to run. Another Canadian coming out of Aspire Ninjas in Milton.
Here we go. Josiah making his way through the first hook slide right here. 3-minute 10. Making his way through the propellers now. Nice linking movement. That seems to be the foundation for all of our athletes in the teen male division right here. Nice balance. Now the tech corner. The electric slide with the cane and the board. Has to have the ability to balance and then immediately hook on through. Lovely. Here he goes. Josiah swinging along down those chucks. Yes.
Doing good so far.
2 minutes and a half. He's moving very dynamically at the minute. I think he's after one of our buzzers here today, Jamie.
Yeah, I think so as well. He is moving very confidently through each of these obstacles. And look at the way he's attacking every single transition. Kind of just floating through the air. But he seems so incredibly confident, comfortable, strong, any like positive adjective. So he now heads on to flywheels. This is an obstacle that...
Oh, look at this, Jamie. We're seeing
wow!
legs everywhere.
That's very risky to see on some competitors. We've seen a lot of competitors miss those links this weekend. But oh, did he save that? Wow!
Yeah, he's fine. He hasn't used any retries yet, and he's gotten to the bobby prop. This is a scary prospect right here. Josiah getting a bit pumped now coming into the last quarter of this course. He's very good right here. He's keeping his legs pretty straight up, using the wall to his advantage. A bit of a stumble with his knees here. Seems like the dismount to this obstacle is going to be the hardest part, and he's fine with it. He stuck his toes in the correct place.
Oh, he got that.
Now he's going to chalk up and get ready for the battering ram. 2 more obstacles left for Josiah Longman.
Yeah, he is in an absolutely great position so far. And oh, he's going to go for the skip right there. That is incredibly smart. Saves a lot of energy. And now look at this, a minute left for the final obstacle here. Got just the flying bar. Each of these transitions offers something different. So, going to need to make sure that he executes perfectly. He's got 2 attempts for this obstacle. Got 50 seconds left. So, could have taken some time to rest. But oh!
That's going to have to be Josiah's first retry on the challenge course. Not only does he have to complete this flying bar, but he also needs to complete a rope climb up the salmon ladder at the end of this route.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's going to be so incredibly taxing. Might just want to take some time to shake out his hands and probably go, around like 30 seconds. But no, he's just going to go straight into it. Eager for the clear. What can Josiah do? Okay. Able to land one. Got
Locked
that one.
himself
Okay.
in, but the bar is crooked. Gonna have to even it out, which he does fine.
Right. Oh, fix it again, 20 seconds are left.
Pushing it
Josiah.
forward, Josiah, yep.
Oh, but time is running so low.
Let's it
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Josiah
12
Longman
seconds left.
reaches out to the rope but slips down.
No! Oh, man.
The rope
He
burns
was
on that
so
have got to be
close.
immense. And also, one thing I caught, his run is under review.
Oh. I think that might have been because of the bobby prop.
Either that or the little stumble after at the beginning of full throttle even. Let's have a look if there's anything of uncertainty. I'm not too sure. It happened around the battering ram though. I'm not too sure. But right there we could see Josiah all the way down to the bottom of that rope. Super, super close to the buzzer. Let's see if any of our remaining teen male athletes are able to match that caliber, with William Speros coming first.
Yep, we are kicking off the back half of runs. Already, we've seen 10 team competitors run. Now just 10 more left to go. So, he will need to know what to do. We just saw almost someone clear. So, we know that it's possible. William knows it's possible. Wants to be able to be the one to make it happen.
William right here coming out of Sinai Sports. They held a regional competition this year for Tier 1. possibly might have been one of the 5 competitions he competed in over the past season. He's ready to go. He's chalked up, just making sure everything's ready for him.
Looks like he might be getting a little bit iced on the platform.
Right then, William. 3 minutes just over as he comes into the propellers. Nice link off of that dismount platform. Here he goes, taking the shorter but more rewarding route, and he's taking it well. Here he goes. Now then, William.
Nicely done so far. 30 seconds into his run. Already onto the 5th obstacle here. Vertical spikes. You can tell he's very determined to have a good result here. And he is just moving slowly but surely up to the top of these unstable bridges, and now got a big transfer in front of him. Able to land that as well. Okay. Dismount up next.
Here he goes. William hasn't used any retries yet. He's on a roll. Here we go. William, very solid run so far. Hasn't really taken any notable faults yet. And that trend is continuing on that cliffhanger. Going to take a massive backswing. Very solid right there. Ooh, a little stumble, but he's still going to come on through with these wheels.
Yep, he's got to get a big transfer out here. Not looking like he's going to be comfortable enough to link each of these, but, you know, going to be able to get onto that last one. And now, this dismount, but yeah, struggling to get a lot of swing here. Since he behaves just a little bit differently. Gets that. Ooh, might have touched down. Oh,
no, he's completely
good.
fine. Okay, then. Coming into the Bobby prop right now. Taking a bit of time. He knows that he's going to be up against this one for a long amount of time.
Yeah, ooh, he's a little bit low there with each of these transitions. And you can see with each of these transitions that he's making, his arms are like kind of bendy with each of them. Very clearly having a little bit of strain with each of these transitions, but gets that dismount.
Is he fine? Yep, he's completely fine.
But he's got 48 seconds left for these final 2 obstacles. So, oh, looks like he's going to be opting to go for this first one, but, oh, shakes out his head there. Might be a little gassed here, but still going to persevere. And, you know, we like to see that. Even when competitors are, oh, going for a static approach. That works perfectly for him.
Now
30 seconds left.
He's been completely flawless up to this point. He's going to be chalking up, ready to go for the flying bar. Can William become the first buzzer of the day? It is going to be quite a close approach here. William, with the clock ticking down. Oh, no. I think a clear might be out of the question. But I think the question is, how far into the flying bar can he get before time runs out?
Yeah, that's going to be something that all of us are wondering here. William, it's a matter of time before he runs out of time. Just try and get as far as you can. Able to get one transition.
The first hook on. Oh, but just misses both of those Pac-Man holds, and that's going to do William right there. Super solid run, though. Didn't miss anything up until the final obstacle, but still an incredible run there from Will.
Yeah, that was so good. You know, 2 competitors making it to the last obstacle. That is something that is amazing to see. We still got 8 competitors left who can very well deliver when the time is right. Actually, 9 competitors left. So I think that one of these 9 could be able to clear, given the fact that we've already seen a great track record out of the first 4 who have already ran.
That's one of the best things about placing higher in the placement course as well. Getting that experience and words of wisdom, if you could, from the other people who might have gone on the challenge course earlier. Oh, but that's going to have to be a retry right there. He was a bit sketchy in the middle of that hook slide. So Evan's going to have to get a second try here. Here he goes again, walking along it without a problem. One of the most solid approaches we've seen to that obstacle all day. A minor time loss, but he's still going to have to move through with urgency if he wants to catch up to the rest of his athletes who made it to these points faster.
Yeah, and he's opting to go for the longer path here on split decision, but able to get it through it very quickly as well. And now this is another obstacle where balance could potentially be tested. So just gotta keep moving here. Oh, go straight for it.
I liked the approach. Just didn't work out for Evan that well, Jamie. He's going to have to try and do it again, but maybe with a bigger jump.
Yeah, he kind of went for like a one-footed approach there. Try and jump off of it with 1 foot. So might want to use both feet, have both hands on the cane when he goes for it.
Oh! Tried to keep it on there. Evan Michael, super, super close on that electric slide. Happens to the best of us. I liked the approach of trying to jump off immediately and then trying to wait it out to try and get a different result. But it's still very, very well done there. Now then, Owen Oliver is going to be the first of 2 Owens in a row right here coming out of ROC City. Now here he goes, straight away onto the hook slide, minimal movement, and he is sprinting in between these obstacles, trying his best to get through all of them as fast as he can.
And this is going to be another competitor going for this longer path on split decision, but goes for a little bit of a skip. So that's smart, going for the safer route, but still being able to take some skips where he's able to. But did he potentially fall?
There we go. It's completely fine for him. Saves it right at the very edge of the electric slide. Now Owen is making his way through each of these nunchucks with fascinating speed.
Yeah, this has been absolutely great so far. 45 seconds into his run and already on to obstacle 6. So just needs to make sure that he keeps moving. And I like what I'm seeing so far. Really bringing his legs up high to make sure that he's maximizing how high he can go on here. And also going forward here, so that way he doesn't have to turn around here. Seen some competitors get plagued by having to turn around near the top and peel off. But Owen Oliver got to the dismount and almost toe taps there. But no, he's going to keep going. And very quick time off the obstacle to grab some shock. And here he goes onto these cliffs. Ooh, great setup there.
Very good right there from Owen.
Seems
now then,
very
just going to have to dig deep
ledges.
in all of these swings. Yes, gets that cliff jump without a problem. With 1 minute 40, he's coming into the flywheels at quite a good point.
Yeah, he has been on a roll so far. Just absolutely demolishing this course. We've seen him put in a lot of power in these swings, and we're seeing it again here. Unfortunately, doesn't seem the most comfortable with potentially linking, but wow, look at that. Now, just gotta swing back and forth here and get a good dismount. Find that platform, Owen Oliver. Taking a lot of backswings here, but able to get it there.
There we go, lovely. Dots across
also
the full throttle. Now, the big one, Jamie, the bobby prop.
Yeah, this is going to be the real question on what he'll be able to do. A minute left for this obstacle, so Justin needs to keep moving. Taking each of these legs, not really that together, kind of just flailing all over the place, but gonna keep moving as he nears this final portion of the course. And now a very large dismount out to the front, able to land that as well. Nicely done. All right, 2 obstacles left. Might not be able to take the skip that we've seen with some other competitors, but gonna push that one a little bit farther forward. So that's a really smart thing to do. Owen Oliver now gotta get himself over to battering ram number 2. Got that as well. Clear might happen, but it's going to be really close. It's really going to come down. So if he's able to land his last one.
Ooh. With time running down as well. Not particularly the best for Owen Oliver at the minute, even all the way down in this deep of the course. Gonna have to really go along through. Owen Oliver sets up the first battering ram already. Now gets that second jump with time running down. I don't think it's gonna be necessary. Nah.
Oh. But you know what? That's okay. He still did amazing there on that run.
great stuff all around from our first of two Owens. Owen Oliver doing very well. Now then, Owen Hahn from Aspiring Ninjas Milton in Canada. Another one of our Ontario representatives out here for our Premier Series qualifier at ROC City. Here he goes. He's ready to get his start on the challenge course.
Now, something great about Owen is that he's been competing in ninja competitions for 4 years, and then for the past 2 years has advanced to stage 3 at the WNL World Championships. So he is no stranger to attempting some of the hardest courses in the world. This course is very difficult so far. Not a single finisher. Ooh. Unfortunately,
Owen was on a solid pace there as well.
So gonna need to get a decent attempt here. Gets that dismount. Able to land that there. Avoids a potential early exit. Owen Hahn gonna keep going. Going for a quickly from that skateboard into the cane. And just as I say, like, he's already halfway through these vertical spikes, not continuing to stop, just sending his way through each of these obstacles. So Owen Hahn on a great pace so far, and also going straight to these unstable bridges. Definitely needing to focus on speed here, especially as he gets towards his back half of courses, where time is something that you really need. Perfectly done there on that dismount for the unstable bridges.
Owen has really got to lock in for this last half of the course right here. Starting out with Danny's Crazy Cliffs. He's going to chalk up for it and get ready to go. He's quite a long guy as well. He's got a good wingspan, which can help him out a lot. So here he goes. Going to take a bit more time to get that lache. Moves along
landed that dismount
without a problem.
And now something that I've noticed is that on some of these dismounts, he's gotten a little bit close to potentially coming up short. So on obstacle like flyballs, that's something that's going to need to really be conscious about, because we've seen a lot of competitors just come up short of that dismount just because of the fact that it functions a little bit different. So just keep going. A minute 21.
Owen coming in. 1 minute 15. Gets a solid dismount. Now then, after full throttle, how is his body prop tech gonna be with the handstand movements?
Good. He is looking very strong so far as he's going through each of these. Not really having his arms buckle with each of these movements. 51 seconds left as he nears the end, and he is still at the end of this obstacle moving very confidently and able to get both feet onto there. It looks like he has a lot of energy left to spare. And given his height, there's a good chance that he might be attempting to go for a potential skip. Oh, yep, right there. He's going to try and send straight into that next one.
Nice link there, straight away.
All right.
Now then, Jamie, with the pace that he's going at, and he's reached the third battering ram, he's gotten to the final obstacle now, the flying bar with 20 seconds left. It could be quite an ask for him if he wants to get this clear. But he started out with links and he misses it. He got the bar in place, but his grip is giving out.
Yeah, definitely get some chalk on those hands right now while you can. And then just go as fast as he possibly can. Owen Hahn, time is going to tick down. I don't think he might have chalked up there. I think he's going to go straight into this. I don't think he got any chalk from anyone.
I mean, he might as well try his best if he's got just under 10 seconds left to spare now. And that second flying bar move is going to do him in, sadly.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate there. He was doing so good up until that point. But just, again, another competitor unable to bring it in towards the end. You know, maybe if there was 30 seconds left on the time limit, he would have had enough time to rest. Would have had enough in the tank to be able to get through. But, you know, with that short, strict time limit, you just got to go. And unfortunately, it just wasn't in his favor.
Okay, then. We are now moving into our final 6 competitors of the teen division. Starting out with Keen Goff.
Appeared in 9 Tier 1 competitions this year. Got a lot of experience when it comes to competitions. So, I am excited to see what he is able to do here. Got 3 minutes and 15 seconds for just 12 obstacles. So, not a lot of time. And he's another competitor who's opting to use just one cane It's been a little bit of a risky strategy, but it works out for him right there. And he's going to continue to keep moving. Gets that dismount as well. Nicely done. So we're going to see him attempt the left side, the harder side. A split decision. Going to need to keep moving.
Oh, but just loses his balance. Keen gonna go the easier route this time, which is a wise way to go about things. To efficiently make his way through. Now coming into the turnaround point. He's all well and good. Now he's just got to really lock in on his tech right here. Both Kane and Skate.
Oh,
nice! Doesn't
straight
even need
for
to
it.
utilize the Skate. Reels himself in with his lower body. Now Keen is going to come on in with these nunchucks.
And he's just grabbing each of these with one hand. He is very confident in what his grip strength has. So this is another obstacle where that grip strength is going to be tested on these unstable bridges. Going to need to get a big jump up, and he's able to get that right there. Now, the gap, not really been a problem for people who are facing forward. Mainly a challenge for those who are flipping. Oh!
Is that a foot tap? He
Did
is
he
fine.
touch? Oh, he's still in.
No, he's all well and good.
Oh, for a second I
then.
thought he touched there. But
Me
wow.
too.
Saved
There was
perfectly.
there was no retry sound needed on the gym site, and now Keen is coming in, getting that second grab on the cliff. Now powers along through.
And now heading into flywheels. Now, after a bunch of grip obstacles in a row, that great grip strength that we saw on the fifth obstacle, those vertical holds, that could potentially evaporate. But oh wow, no, never mind. He is linking that very effortlessly, going from each of those wheels. We got a great path to the dismount, and now got full throttle. Another competitor able to just breeze right through that. Kind of just been a non-entity. Only feels that we've seen so far have just been spillovers. But this Bobby prop, this is one of those things that is just so difficult to train for. Oh!
Keen is going to have to give it a retry. Having to retry Bobby prop whilst you're already pumped is a scary thought. You can tell he's a bit rattled by it, but he's going to shake out and try and mentally prepare himself. Trying to think about what's the best way to go about it. Here he goes. Traversing along to the end of the obstacle, pipe by pipe, move by move. Still trying to make his way through. 30 seconds left on the clock. and just crumbles down at the very end. That's an unfortunate end for Keen Goff. He nearly had it. That's an unfortunate move for him.
So close. Now up next, we have Finn Lionetti out of Steel City Ninja. He will be kicking off these last 5 runners, still without our first clear. So things are definitely looking a little bit dire, but I think that he can be able to get through this. You know, this is his 6th year doing Ninja, and he achieved his highest regular season standing points, got 110, and he got a first place standing as well. So he is someone who's incredibly skilled, made it to World Championships 5 times. So he is doing so good so far, being able to qualify for so many different, competitions, being such a strong threat so far.
Here goes Finn, still looking super calm and collected as well. He's been really, really solid up to this point too. Oop, nope, a little stumble there, but he's still in play on the obstacle. Oh, but he unfortunately steps back. Gonna have to give the electric slide another try. Gonna come around to the turnaround point as well. And try again. Jumps on. Keeps his balance. Just needs to hook on up. And he's all well and good. Still moving on now. Coming through these nunchucks. Not a problem. Even though he had to take a retry, it's not particularly rattled him too much. He's not taking breaks in between obstacles. He still looks calm and poised up. Here he goes. Finn taking a very nice lâché. Very powerful off of that second board. Now he's going to chalk up and get ready to go for these cliffs. He knows that he might have had to take a bit of time on the electric slide to redo it, but that's not stopping him. He's just going to keep on moving forward on these coming obstacles right here. The cliffs next up. That Lachey is not a problem. Now the flywheels not stopping in between obstacles.
Yeah, he's just going from each of these transitions.
Now then the pendulum wheel. Still pushing through a lot of power. And he's fine. Quickly hops on through those full throttle pedals. And now the bobby prop beckons here.
Now, he's only 86 pounds, so this is going to be definitely an advantage for him, being on one of the lighter sides for our competitors competing today. Perfectly going through here, not really showing that much struggle, just trying to place hand over hand, able to land that perfectly.
Yes, he's fine.
And yeah,
now then, he's made up a lot of time.
But again, being on the shorter side, couldn't do that first skip. But, you know, as he gets closer and closer to the end, he is more than making up for the fact that he's not able to make the skip by just moving so efficiently.
Now then, 30 seconds left coming into this final obstacle. Finn isn't the tallest, so a flying bar move might be a big ask for him, but hopefully he can persevere along through and have his bar tech on lock. Oh, just misses it. Seems like this is becoming the crux point for all of our athletes that make it to the end of the course after the bobby prop. You can see he's starting to get a bit tired at this point, so now he's going to have to give the flying bar another go.
Taking a lot of swing here, wants to get that cradle.
Oh, but just again there, misses it. That's going to do Finn right there. Second place, still a very solid placement to be at this point in the competition.
Yeah, he did amazing so far. These competitors are doing so good, being able to consistently get to the last obstacle, and that could be able to get him into that top 4 position. But, you know, the fact that so many competitors have already made it to this point, that puts him in potentially a little bit of a risk.
Possibly. I mean, no one is set in stone as to where they are now and going to Motus and qualifying for finals. It's all completely down to the results of our final 4 athletes. But after our next competitor, Ashton Glaven, we are going to know who our first competitor through to finals is.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now then, Ashton, I believe, is our final Canadian today in the teen division. Yeah. So, Ashton going to be waving the red and white flag high and try his best to get through the course right here.
All right, getting ready to start, and he's going to be using both canes. Kind of been one of those things that we've seen a lot of competitors just opt to go for one cane, but, you know, good to see some competitors utilizing both canes just to be on the safe side. And now getting ready.
Ashton Glaven moving through the slower route, but it is easier and less risky. It's fine with him. So now here he goes, representing CTC Obstacles. 2 minutes 45. This is coming into the electric slide. Nice hop up there. Now has to reel himself in with the lower body, and he's chilling. Here he goes. Ashton Glaven coming in. 2 minute 20. Getting that grab on the unstable bridge right here. And gets the drop down easily. Hasn't had to use any retries yet. He's still in full force to get one of these clears.
Yeah, he is on the pace to do exactly that. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. And got 5 obstacles left in front of him to do that. So, can take more than enough time to rest if he wants to, but no. Just going to go straight into these flywheels and just lachey effortlessly between each of those. Seems so comfortable up in the air. And now got that dismount as well. And also very quickly through full throttle.
Ashton Glaven now taking a bit of time to properly rest up and get... Yeah, he's hyping the crowd up. He needs the motivation he can get, every bit of it, to try and get through this daunting obstacle, the bobby prop.
And you can tell he is so confident here. Look at the way his legs are perfectly perpendicular with the wall. He does not seem to be showing any struggle whatsoever. Able to get through that perfectly. Can a fist bump there? Looks very comfortable so far.
Absolutely. He looks very confident as well. He's smiling. He's hyped about it. He's getting the crowd all worked up here. And with just under a minute, this is going to be the fastest time, or near the fastest time, to the flying bar. Ashton is nearly there. He's got a good chance of getting to that buzzer.
Yeah,
he's got the first flying bar move. The second Pac-Man move,
yes,
just got to shift the bar forward. Ashton,
I think he's got it. Okay.
getting both sides even. Now then, just has to be sure that on his backswing he's not. Yes, there we go. Okay. Now then, here's the thing that got Josiah out. The jump to the rope. Hold on. Yes! Ashton! Now,
go, hit the buzzer.
with the time ticking down, he hits the buzzer. That's our first clear of the teen division. Ashton Glaven has punched his ticket to Motus, and rightfully so.
Oh, that is so amazing to see. He wanted that so badly and just absolutely dominated. I was nervous there for a second at the end when he grabbed that rope really low. I thought his toe might have touched or something like that, but no. He was able to make it and then just barely get to the buzzer. But, you could tell he looked exhausted by the end, just struggling to reach up there. And as soon as he grabbed it, immediately fell back down.
I want to say that was a perfect run as well. No retries, barely any backswings or moments made to rest. And with only 10 seconds left, that doesn't give many of the rest of our athletes a bit of wiggle room to rest more or really take another retry. So these last remaining competitors have got to be perfect if they want to join Ashton in the finals.
Yeah, pretty much by this point, we have 3 runners left, and they want to be able to take some spot in there. We already have a guaranteed person to get in with Ashton, but yeah, all the rest of them, Josiah, Finn, and William, their final 4 spots, they're not locked in yet. Lucas Davis wanting to be able to get into there.
Here we go, Lucas Davis.
Ooh.
Ooh, just lost his balance there. Now he's going to take the smoother approach. Didn't take that much time in between the obstacles, though, which is good. So not that much time was lost, but Lucas Davis now going to grab that cane and get ready for Tech Mania out here. Yes, there we go. A very solid jump up there. Lucas Davis going to be matching through these nunchucks right here with just under 2.5 minutes left. He's making okay time. He just needs to be very consistent. Doesn't need that ring. A very solid approach, actually. Doesn't need to utilize any wasted time gaining swing, just jumping up.
Right.
Lucas! Okay there, buddy.
Might be a little bit too risky here. I can tell he's not willing to
Is he going for it again? No,
moves,
okay, good.
That was honestly way too risky to be doing because, you already got one retry down, so why not just take it safe and conserve it potentially?
Exactly. Now then, Lucas is going to be coming into the flywheels with just under 2 minutes left on the clock. He's used up both of his retries, so he can't use up a retry on anything such as the bobby prop. He just needs to go ahead and take it on. First with full throttle, then after with the rest of this daunting challenge course.
He's got 1:30.
Shaking out, trying to look at the time he's got left. Oh, a bit of a rough start. Has to prop himself upright and keep his arms straight and propped up. It's going to be a lot of energy used up, especially within these little gaps. Here he goes.
Nearing the end. Come on.
He's got enough time to get to the end of the course, I think, if he motors through after this. It's just a case of how he dismounts first off.
Oh,
Is he fine?
that look.
No, that's going to be a
Oh!
rough fall.
That was
Ouch.
one of the hardest falls that we've seen all day, unfortunately. Just could not make it to the dismount platform. But, I appreciate the fact that he was willing to take risks. I don't think a lot of them worked on this challenge course, but, the fact that he just kind of threw his body into things and the fact that it almost worked both times is very admirable.
Absolutely. I'm very, very pleased with how the perseverance went throughout that last run from Lucas. It was very inspiring for the rest of the athletes that we have left. The first of which is Ethan Eccles, the first of our last two competitors in the teen male division here on the challenge course.
Now, he started doing Ninja 3 years ago and, trained at the Warrior Factory. So he has not been in the Ninja scene for a while, but being able to get into the Premier Series just on year 3, that's something that is so incredibly impressive to see.
Ethan representing the Warrior Factory in Syracuse right here. And he's going to be getting ready on the first obstacle right here, the hook slide. Going to take one extra backswing to be safe, and he's all well and done there. Propeller spin is next up, and almost tried to force his way out of that obstacle, but he's fine.
Yeah, now going for that left side of split decision. Big strides right there. Kind of bails towards that dismount, but able to get through that there. Now here we go again. Oh, wow!
Ooh, just let his foot slip on that pipe before the electric slide. Gonna give it a second try.
And now this puts Ethan in a little bit of a wonky position. Has not been given the opportunity to attempt that skateboard. So what's he gonna be able to do? Oh, just gonna jump for it. Okay.
Yes, there we go. Ethan Eccles, not a problem. 2:30. He's on an okay pace if he just makes his way through.
And now that dismount as well. Okay. 220 and going forward on these unstable bridges. And he looks, wow, the power there that he is exuding on these bridges. Just really utilizing those hips to the full advantage. Going so high up on that first board and then just going down the second board almost as quickly. Very comfortable up in the air, confident in that grip strength. Says one of his favorite things is generating swing, and honestly, I can tell a lot. Now, he's going to have a chance to generate a lot of swing here on the flywheels. Just got to be able to make sure that he's able to grab onto each of those ledges.
Moving along insanely well currently. A minute 40 left on the clock here.
And towards that dismount as well. All right.
There we go. Okay, the Bobby prop is going to be next up. Just under a minute and a half left on the course now. He's shaking out. Needs to make sure his arms are prepared to be at length and holding up the rest of his body weight. Here he goes.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, he's taking very large strides. This is the fastest we've seen it so far. Ethan really using those
He is
gymnast
just
skills.
great there.
Yes,
Wow.
dude. That's the fastest we've seen it all weekend. Lovely.
And right now, that lands him in 6th place.
Oh, wait, what? Hang on a second. What happened there?
Oh, it's...
I don't know what happened there, but it looks like Ethan's going to have to take his final retry on the Bobby prop. Yes, I think he has to be careful to not utilize those corners right there.
Yeah.
Not use them to his advantage, possibly. He's going to get
And
off that
towards the
platform. Is he okay?
dismount.
Yep, he's fine.
Yep.
He's fine now. Okay.
All right, 2 obstacles left, starting with the battering ram. That took a little bit of time out of him, but he's still going to be able to keep moving. 1 more left.
He's got it there. You can see his fingers slipping.
Close. All right, 22
okay, then,
seconds
20
left.
seconds. I'm not too sure a clear is going to be in his favor, and that's going to be it.
Oh, Ethan Eccles unable to get through that, unfortunately.
It was a very solid run up to that first point there. I'm not entirely sure what happened at the end.
Oh, and unfortunately
very solid run
unable
there.
to get through. But now we
then,
are down to one left.
with all that being said, we have our final competitor, Caleb Coombs. He put up the fastest time on the placement course representing Dexterity Depot. And he's looking to get one of those top 4 spots to make his way over to Missouri in November.
Looking at this first obstacle here as the last runner. Now, Caleb, he fell in love with Sport Ninja when he began training and competing about 5 years ago. His favorite obstacles are all things tech, so good thing that he started off with some canes here. So, gonna feel pretty much right at home as he's immediately gonna be going on. So, also likes flying bars, so in the event he gets the last obstacle, again, he'll be in a great position. Throwback and skyhooks are also some of his favorites, and he also enjoys training and is often the last one to leave a gym. I am also one of those people, never want to leave a gym. It's such a great place to be. Always so supportive. Caleb Coombs showing why he is in the gym for so long, just because he is so good at this sport. The last to run for the challenge course because of his placement in the placements course, and he is just dominating so far.
Here he is. He's not wasting any time whatsoever. Caleb, he's going to be coming into the floating boards right here without a problem. Now with 2 minutes 30, he's over the halfway point of this course, but that isn't particularly saying much considering how long and daunting this course can be, especially in its back half. But he's doing very well right now. 2 minutes 15 coming into that cliffhanger dismount, and now the flywheels. He's linking everything as quickly as he can.
Wow! Just so good. 2.2 seconds ahead of the pace that Ashton set by this point. And he is just continuing to dominate here as well. Look at this. Already 8 seconds ahead. Yeah, look, taking some time to rest here. Got a little under 2 minutes left for these final 3 obstacles. He can afford to take, a lot of rests here by this point.
He's actually gotten here with the fastest time up to this point as well. Nearly 8 seconds ahead of Ashton, who was the fastest time up to here. Now we can see here Caleb having a bit of a struggle keeping his body completely upright, but he's just got to make his body proportion.
Oh, you can see as he made through he was going for a lot of big transitions here. And unfortunately, I think he just lost the balance in his hips, and then that just sent him the wrong way. So, gonna need to make sure that on attempt number 2, he has a better result. Make sure to stay centered and go for a little bit more cautious steps here. He really needs to keep his legs up and his shoulders upright too, because that's where most of your weight is being kept on. Oh, no!
But there he goes, Caleb.
Oh, that's gonna be it.
Gonna land into 9th place, unfortunately. That is a sad way to end an incredible run and an incredible division as well. He was moving so smoothly up to that point, but I think he was really starting to feel it at the start of the Bobby Prop. Such a technical obstacle, a lot of brute strength required in it as well to keep your body upright. Such a heartbreaking fail, especially that near the end of the course too. Unfortunate there from Caleb. But regardless, let's turn the attention onto these 4 lovely blokes. These are the guys who have qualified for the Motus Finals in November. 2 Canadians coming out on top for the teen division. Ashton Glavin, Josiah Longman, Finn Lionetti, and William Spuros. Very, very well done from 1st to 4th. Incredible stuff from all of them. Put up solid runs, and also shout out to Ashton for that clear 2. That was a very, very fun moment. One of the best I've seen from the weekend, as well as the females as well. We also got to give a shout out to the 13 total athletes from the teen male division that did very well. Super, super well done to everyone who competed in this division, including the female side of things, where we had some incredible runners as well, and 4 more qualifiers that we're seeing right now. Another Canadian win, Kendra McTaggart, there we go, as well as Kinley Jenkins, Regan Shepherd, and Kennedy Statch coming in there with the top 4 placements, as well as the other 3 that placed below them. Commiserations to everyone who wasn't able to qualify in the teens division, but still massive congratulations to the top 4 for the male and female teens that qualified. Jamie, final thoughts?
I just have to say that this entire weekend has just been such an incredible event so far. You know, a lot of these obstacles, like Bobby Prop, that's an obstacle that you really don't see a lot of competitors train for, and that took a toll on so many people. So I feel like that obstacle, in a few months, honestly, that could potentially even be a staple because, you know, I think a lot of people could start be training like handstand dead hangers or something like that.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible course in general as well. And the next group of athletes that's going to be taking on an